Hey everybody. Okay, so let's talk about enameled cast iron for just a moment. And here's a enameled piece of cast iron. Beautiful. This is made by Le Creuset in France. I just got this pan recently. I've been using it quite a bit. The inside is actually enamel as well. It's an black enamel finish. Obviously, the outside is enameled. And let me just say that if you're someone who does not enjoy the entire process of seasoning cast iron, enameled cast iron may really be for you. There are obviously some other advantages to it. There are also some disadvantages to enameled cast iron. Let's start with the disadvantages. One of the major disadvantages of enameled cast iron, is if the inside surface begins to chip. It's not advisable that you use that cast iron because that enamel coating, if it chips off into your food, is not good for you. Okay. It's not good to ingest those chipped off pieces. So if you're finding vintage enameled pieces that are chipped in the middle, do not buy those pieces. Or if you buy them, just use them for display purposes. Don't cook and eat off those things. I have two enameled pieces. Obviously this one, and I have an enameled Lodge Dutch oven. And in terms of like ease of use and things like that, man, they're awesome pieces to use. You can cook on them. You don't have to worry about seasoning them all the time. So they're super, super easy pans to maintain. And I personally find that I like the taste of food better in my black iron than I necessarily do in my enameled pieces. Now, maybe that's just me and my funky taste buds. I don't know. Does food taste bad in these pieces? Absolutely not. I mean, I've been cooking some incredible pan-seared steak in this piece, and it is wonderful, wonderful. So, I would say, and the other disadvantage, if you want to look at it this way, is they are typically more expensive. Okay? They are more expensive, and they are very easy to chip. Okay, so if you're a person that's a little clumsy, okay, you might be better suited using black iron versus an enameled piece like this, because if you chip it, it's not ruined necessarily, but it's just unsightly. Okay, you can still continue to use it. So for me personally, the jury is still a little bit out on enameled pieces of cast iron. I've learned to use and maintain and season and do all the things that I need to do to make black iron work for me really, really well. But if you just want to get there quicker, you don't feel like, maintaining cast iron by seasoning all the time, and that's just a bit of a hassle for you, then look into some enameled cast iron pieces. And, there's many companies out there that make enameled pieces. Staub, Staub, Staub is another really good brand. I've got some Staub utensils that are wonderful, and I've picked them up at a place called Tuesday Morning, which is kind of like a discount cooking store, I guess, home goods store, I don't know. But yeah, enameled cast iron, certainly valid cast iron to use in your kitchen. It's beautiful. I mean, I guess you could say one advantage of enameled cast iron is it is just beautiful to look at. I mean, it is stunningly beautiful. Look at that cooking surface. I mean, it is stunningly beautiful cast iron. And, yeah, so I mean, if you're, a cast iron user and you want a really pretty kitchen, buddy, let me tell you what, enameled cast iron will make you look like $1,000,000. Now, you'll spend some money on it, but it is super, super pretty cast iron. and you get all of the health benefits. I cut a video on this the other day. You get all the benefits of cooking on cast iron. Let me say that, like, when I clean this cooking surface, all I do, and I've got a video on this, I think I called it like an easy trick for cleaning cast iron. All I do is boil water in this. I boil water, I bring it to my sink, throw in a little bit of Dawn, and I just use a little dollar scrubber, nylon scrubber, scrub that pan. I put it back on my stove after I dry it off, let it dry real good, and I actually do use my rag that I season with, and I just run over that surface and just touch it up a little bit and set it aside and let it cool down. So yeah, enameled cast iron. Sorry this is a little bit of a long video, but there's quite a bit to say about it. So just be careful if you buy it. It is a lifetime, purchase for you. If you are super careful with it and you maintain it, it'll last. This stuff is going to last forever, okay? Pretty much, unless the inside enameled surface becomes chipped, and then you need to discontinue using it. Okay, so those are my thoughts on enameled cast iron. Take care. Bye-bye.